Hello everybody and welcome to the February 16th edition of the ITK Soccer Show. We're back after a couple of weeks absence, and speaking of absence, we played a lot of FIFA on Friday night, didn't we?
And Millionaire, badly.
Yeah, we went, some of you have seen the picture on Facebook, we sent Dan on a mission to go and buy every game of FIFA we didn't actually own.
And Pro. We had all the pros.
We had all the pros, but you also bought
Sensible Soccer.
Sensible Soccer. The one with Gerra on the front.
Pure football.
Awful.
That was a bad FIFA Street.
Awful.
It was one of the
It's a terrible
worst.
FIFA Street.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we played a lot of them, and maybe we'll talk about it towards the end of the show. But in terms of real life football, not the virtual ones that only we saw, we have obviously Premier League to talk about over the last couple of weeks. The FA Cup, which took place this weekend, and as we are recording the show, Preston and Man United are getting ready to start the second half of this Monday night fixture at Preston North End. And did you guys know that Wade Barrett from Preston, England, had a column in the match day programme today?
He does that quite a lot.
This was amazing. I was just sending a picture.
He was on
of
Sky
it.
Sports News before.
Oh,
he was asked,
that.
would you rather have Preston stay in League One or to win the heavyweight belt? He's like, both.
Yeah, no, I'd be the same. Like, in terms of personal achievements or Liverpool to win the league, I'd be very very reticent to put myself over Liverpool, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about me there.
Fine.
Liverpool who?
Yeah, he was quoted in it, and he had a lovely big picture. I think the headline was
Bad news.
Wade Barrett gets ready to deliver Manchester United some bad news. Creative.
And the 2% of the people in the crowd went, ha!
And 1%
And like our listeners are like, what?
Yeah, 1% of those people were just laughing at his nose. So we also have all the latest news and stuff. We'll go over the awards for the week. We've got our teaser and we've got our fantasy football stuff. We'll talk about FIFA as well. Let's just try and take a few steps back because we haven't done a show in a few weeks. Myself and Dan went over to see Liverpool West Ham for my stag, and it was my first trip to Anfield and Dan's first trip to Anfield, and I was sitting towards the Anfield Road end. You were sitting in the Anfield Road end,
Right beside the West Ham fans.
and all I can say is those West Ham fans are incredible.
Well, the Liverpool fans, I couldn't hear them.
I don't think they existed.
No.
It was
May as well just been me, you, Sean, Kieran.
yeah.
No.
It was
That was it.
it was very, very quiet to the point where West Ham were chanting, "Where's your famous atmosphere?" And I got a
Happens
real
every
good
week.
chuckle out of that. It shouldn't.
It should, though.
Why?
I like
It's 3 o'clock against
I like the sign on
West
time.
Ham.
It's 3:00. So you're saying that Liverpool fans have to be sloshed?
Yeah. I think all football fans have to be sloshed.
It's a night
I
stadium.
don't think you go to Dortmund on Saturday at 3 o'clock and they're all going nuts.
Well, they do go pretty nuts.
Well, they do now because they're killing people because they're getting relegated. Well, they've got 2 wins now, so they're not. But
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago there was some crazy scenes where Hummel's.
I don't think there's anywhere in Europe you go at 3 o'clock unless it's a derby where the atmosphere is incredible.
You go to Ellen Road.
Speaking of which, that brings us to the week in between our trip to Anfield and this show, where we had the Merseyside derby, and it was the
dreadful.
first one in 20 years or something that had been, or more, that had been a 5:30 kickoff. And I was saying
you
to
can
Dan,
see why they haven't done it.
Well, yeah, no, it was a nothing game, but the Liverpool council was very concerned, and they put a petition in to actually get the match moved to an earlier time.
Right.
And that's the power of Sky Sports, saying, well, yep, we don't have the early kickoffs anymore, which is usually the Merseyside derby kickoff time. And they didn't get granted it. Sky Sports won, got what they wanted, a late kickoff so they could have a
So I just
Merseyside
don't
derby.
understand, why didn't they just buy it for the Sunday morning?
For Sky? Because I think the way the fixtures lined up in terms of the cup competitions, Liverpool and Everton had to play on the Saturday. So they wanted a Merseyside derby, and the only way they were going to get it if it was a 5:30 kickoff. It's a strange one anyway. But anyway, did you enjoy Anfield for the most? We saw Daniel Sturridge come back and score a goal, which was phenomenal.
You also missed Sterling's goal.
Yeah. Did you not hear about this?
No.
Okay.
Can you imagine if we ended 1-0? I went over to Liverpool for the first time and I missed the goal.
Yeah. No. Okay. So what happened was we got there and we were suffering from the night before. We had a drink before we got there. We had the quickest drink you've ever seen in your life before You Never Walk Alone came on. Like, we were sculling it. So we're like, okay, grand, we better get another drink. And then so we went down, and I didn't know they do this, but there's a certain point at halftime where they stop serving drink.
Yeah.
Okay, Noel got the last Carlsberg at the Anfield Road end. There's people gawking at him, including myself. Thankfully, he shared it with me. But I was determined to get the at least North England famous Scouse pie. So I was getting Scouse pie, and we heard an Irish accent behind us, a lad there with his kid. He works in Liverpool. So we were just talking to him about how often does he come to the stadium, what's the atmosphere usually like at 3 o'clock, all the usual questions. We asked him about where we could go. It was Saturday night, where we'd go after the match and stuff like that. And he nipped off, and by the time we were walking up the stairs, all we heard was, "Hey!" And to say, I laughed for about 10 minutes straight to myself, while Noel was just so angry. And if it was the only goal that day, it would have been something else. But
I even saw it.
yeah, it was. Anyway, Danny Surge coming back.
That was after, by the way, Sean spilled sauce all over.
Yeah, it was a messy
was great
weekend
funny.
in general. And we brought the messiness to Anfield. But that was good fun. We'll talk a lot more about Liverpool when we go over
Yay!
That was a great trip, John, wasn't it?
I didn't go, as you can tell by the lack of me in the first 20 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. We would have loved to have you there. So, okay, let's go over some managerial changes that have happened since our last show. Harry Redknapp has had to go get his knee done and fixed, which has caused him to leave QPR. Obviously, this came at a very unique time, the end of the transfer window, where they did no business. So, this is just him throwing his
the
toys out
unique
the pram.
time was QPR getting an away win.
That was after, right?
They've played well since he's gone.
They played Sunderland, who just
Hampton's
lost
got
to
1
Bradford.
point away from home all season, and they win a match 2-0. Keep a clean sheet as well.
Preston North End have scored. Preston North End have scored at the start of the second half, and I will get the score for you now. It was, can you read that, John? I can't see it from here. Laird. Whoever he may be. Well, there we go.
Simon Grayson going to do it again?
So this draw, the winner of this is going to face Arsenal
No,
in the quarterfinal.
it's at Deepdale or Old Trafford.
Sorry?
It's at Deepdale or Old Trafford against Arsenal.
So Arsenal have to go to Preston.
Yeah, okay. I was just asking.
That wasn't the question, I know.
That
but
was not the
that was the answer you were given.
Okay.
Just thought I'd
And you'll take it.
just put an answer, a bit of chest hair on it, you know.
Okay. There you go. Okay, we'll keep monitoring this as it goes. Yeah. So what's next for Harry? Where does he go?
I'm pretty sure he's retired.
I wouldn't surprise me if he's in a Premier League team in April.
Really?
It's something. He is an awful man.
If he has retired, would he come back for the England job?
I don't think it's offered to him. Don't they do a thing where an England a man from England fucks it up royal, and they're like, we need to get a good foreigner in, and then he is 4 years and he fucks it up. And
No, you're saying Harry mightn't be with us by the time it could roll around to
nah,
him again.
God knows his knees at this rate. Like,
I
wouldn't think
I
that.
think he'll be in the championship team next year.
He said that he had to get his knee fixed because he couldn't participate in training. How much training does Harry Redknapp participate
But like,
in?
you do realise all the
He
coaches.
can't play
he's-
golf. He
he's
can't
got-
play football with his kids, as he said. It was actually quite a sad interview he gave. Felt sorry
He's
for
got
him.
Kevin Bond,
But it's kind of like watching
Kevin-
The Elephant Man. It's like, this movie's sad.
Kevin Jordan, Les Ferdinand, and he's got another coach as well, another assistant. Yet he has to do the training. Like,
Well, he doesn't. It is a lie. I'm just going to say that.
no,
now.
he's an awful man. He is. He's
Tim
Sounds
Sherwood
like
took over from the disgrace of gelatinous mass known as Paul Lambert.
well, at least he'll finally beat Aston Villa now.
Well, that's
Well,
true.
we've played them twice already this season, so hopefully they'll get relegated and I'll never have to worry about it again.
Yeah, they'll be long on. But Tim Sherwood's gotten the results out of them. An FA Cup win.
beating
he's only there.
Leicester.
He only did one half-time speech.
Did you see how good Leicester were? That's all they needed. Did you see Sherry Given played?
So
Yeah.
Given was very good.
He was.
Call him up, trap.
Yeah.
Would he go
Before
back?
he-
Yeah.
What? No. No.
Okay. Moving on. Anyway, what do you think of Tim Sherwood as an appointment? He's in a strange one where just he kind of came out of nowhere.
He's a
Is
new,
he good?
he's a new Alan Kirbishley, where it's like every managerial position, he's like, I might take it. And then he took Aston Villa for some reason.
I guess it's too early to say, but
But,
like,
like, he's not-
is he as good as we've been led to believe just because of his results over the last
didn't
12
do-
months?
Like he didn't do much with Spurs. He didn't do bad with Spurs. He did nothing with them.
He helped Spurs.
He has the best.
kinda, like,
he has
he-
the best winning percentage of any
To
Spurs
be-
manager.
To be
ever.
fair, actually, what Sherwood did, he
That's
actually
true.
got Adebayor playing.
Just ignores this.
Yeah.
He did do good for Spurs, Dan.
He gave Harry Kane his debut.
Well, he did okay. Like he didn't do. Like he still was thumped by all the big teams.
Now, is this your
which was the problem why Villas-Boas was sacked.
is this your hating Spurs thing, or
Ah.
is this your
Oh, it's not,
Tim
no.
Sherwood thing?
I don't mind Tim Sherwood.
Well, there you go.
Nigel Pearson was sacked for a day after dismal results.
He
and
wasn't sacked
choking
for a
player.
day.
He was. He was the owner. Came out and said it.
Yeah, tweeted something after a few drinks. Like. No, see, no one. Everyone's afraid of him. This is when he chokehold Crystal Palace player.
No, yeah, James McCarthy.
Yeah, so like everyone's like, well, someone go tell him that he's sacked, and everyone went, no. So I guess he's not sacked.
So was he never officially sacked?
No.
By your...
Not officially sacked, but a lot of people have it on serious ground. Like Gary Lineker, like he's still got serious involvement in that club, and he says, I have on great authority, he was told he was sacked and to get his bags in the morning. And
Yeah, that's where the controversy came with Lineker saying that.
like it was even Match of the Day he said it, and Sky Sports were saying it as well.
Well, they probably picked it up from Match of the Day then.
Well,
It's all one person.
It's still two big sources to say that, though. You know,
Yeah. No, I
like Sky Sports would generally not put it now because they don't want to get sued.
John Carver to remain Newcastle manager until the end of the season, and obviously wants to throw his name in the hat then afterwards. I don't see any reason to have much faith in him. Do you?
He's not going to get relegated this season. He's not going to do anything. It's the perfect Newcastle season.
It's perfect, Ashley, isn't it? It's like, we're not going to do anything. Let's just keep him there.
Is there anything happen to him owning two clubs?
Because they're in different leagues, maybe you're allowed.
He gave 10 million to Rangers and gave them 3 players, and in the contract, they have to play.
It's a bit of you can't really call it a monopoly because it's in two different leagues, as you said, Dan. But it's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like he's Dennis O'Brien who owns every fucking radio station, like, you know.
He also doesn't actually own Rangers. He's just a shareholder, right?
He's majority.
Is he majority though?
I don't think he's majority,
No.
but he's all the money's coming from him.
Yeah.
Like Sports Direct pays all
He's
the
a
wages and all
benefactor.
that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Interesting, anyway. But yeah, so that's quite a bit of a shake-up coming into the new year after the window shut. There was kind of a lot of rumours about people going and coming in.
But like you notice as well, with the first manager gone, there's always a knock on a domino. Everyone's done it except for Hull down there.
Yeah.
Like Warnock was the first to go, which should have gone. He never should have given the job in the first place. Well, Palace haven't lost like 2 games.
Yeah.
Since Pardews got in, to be fair.
That's right.
Guardiola, like.
Huh?
Juan Guardiola.
Yeah.
Amazing manager. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's Hull are the only team really not to do it down there.
Okay.
But you know, they got Mike Phelan as assistant manager.
There you go. So there is shake-ups everywhere. Okay, so we have some little tad bits to talk about. Obviously, Wayne Rooney tonight is actually playing as a striker, but he has been deployed as a midfielder as of late because of Van Gaal's absolute nonsense. I showed this to John as soon as he came in. For some reason, rather than the creative midfield player he says he doesn't have, Herrera is playing just kind of like on the right side of midfield rather than at the top of the diamond, and Fellaini's playing at the top of the diamond. I think Van Gaal is literally on crack.
I'd keep Fellaini there.
I wouldn't. But what do you think of Rooney playing in the midfield, John? Is this something that's actually just been given too much press because it's Wayne Rooney? And we
I think it's been given too much press. Like, he's played midfield before. I think it's just that United are so slow going forward with Van Persie and Falcao. You'd like to think that Rooney would do something else up there, but Van Gaal's complaining about not having enough attacking midfielders, and he has Mata and Di Maria and Rooney, and he's not playing any of them there, and he's playing Fellaini there. So I don't know.
He's just suiting himself, really. You know.
It seems like, a player that's had players bought for him rather than he's picked them out. Like, not that anyone would say no to Di Maria, but
Name one player other than De Gea to really perform well this year
for United. Blind has always been pretty good in his role.
It's okay,
but I wouldn't say
they are third or fourth. So
third, but that's the thing. I don't know how they are. Like,
they've lost. I think they've lost twice since November. Once since November.
They've so many match winners that they're good enough to get over the line in matches. If that makes any sense.
I think the criticism this year with United is more so that there's a lack of confidence when it comes to Van Gaal. First off, people are saying he doesn't know what his best 11 is yet, and that's pretty evident. Secondly, it was the way he's flip-flop on formation, saying that, well, I play 3 in the back, and then he's had to sacrifice that. Thirdly, there was just 4 weeks ago when he had the pretty much exact same points at the same stage Moyes did. And, then
the rant about the long balls against West Ham.
This long ball stuff.
That was going to be West Ham for the week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. The PR person. It's just a very strange time at Man United. But I think the main criticism is people are ignoring the fact they're third just because they're not playing nice football. They are winning though. To your point about match winners,
it's not necessarily playing nice football or bad football. You can hoof the ball and be effective. It's kind of they're doing nothing. Like, they're just getting there.
Well, I
but
think
the money they spent, like, I would try to work out the team tonight. I think they spent like 300 million on the starting 11 tonight.
Yes.
Like, that must be the most expensive team in Europe.
In Europe?
Well,
PSG, Chelsea.
Behind Real Madrid.
Yes, Madrid. Sure.
Obviously.
He'd probably
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it second. You know what I mean? Like, he's not getting what he should be doing. Like, he's doing very, very much the bare limit.
Yeah.
My view.
Well, speaking of Madrid, you have a note here to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo's form since winning the Ballon d'Or. And what do you have to say about it, huh?
He hasn't scored in a few matches, and frankly, I think he knows that he doesn't have to. I think he just.
I don't think
you
he's
wait
me-
until
I don't think
April.
he's
You win what
mentally
you
there.
want. Probably not. No.
You think that he's...
If they're breaking up the misses and, I think he's got an injury as well. He doesn't look happy. Like we were talking about there a lot of time this year, that Messi not been happy. But Messi has, when the Ballon d'Or happened, he was 13 goals behind Ronaldo, and now he's 2 behind him.
Sure.
In what, a month?
Yeah.
And Messi he's had like 20 odd assists this year and like 37 goals. Like he's flying at the moment.
Yes,
it's almost reversed the roles. Like Messi was carrying injuries and not happy. Now it's kind of Ronaldo seems that kind of petulant self. Like it's kind of the roles have literally swapped.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think he might be injured. I think he needs rest. In my view.
He probably does, but I don't think he's similar to Messi in which case you do more trouble if you drop him than
But like
if he thinks he can play, he can play.
It wasn't really this time last year. It was kind of more April, May last year where Ronaldo couldn't move. Like remember the Champions League final, he did nothing.
Yeah.
It was all Di Maria and Bale.
Yeah, well, it's like players obviously need a
I
rest,
think
but,
there's injuries kind of been maybe
Yeah.
told. Like he is 30 now as well.
but he probably thinks he could play himself out of it rather than a rest is what you need. Like.
Sometimes a rest is no harm.
They're still top of the league though, aren't they?
by a point.
Yeah.
Barca are right behind them now. They're flying.
Barca have had some pretty handy fixtures though.
Well, they've beaten Atletico Madrid 3 times.
Yeah, but 2 of them are in the Copa del Rey or whatever.
Well, considering they couldn't actually beat Atletico the last like 2 years, they
Yeah.
couldn't score a goal against them.
Oh, well,
You know?
those matches are a bit ridiculous. Though, like they
Well,
both
that's
could
what
have
Barca's
gone.
style is this
Well,
year.
both could have gone either way. I watched both, but like the first leg was they got 2 good counter-attacking, like great counter-attacking goals, and
I watched the league with you, that one.
yeah, that one they looked incredible. Like that one was almost, like I'm not saying the match was bought, but like it was like, oh, look at Suarez, Neymar, and Messi all scoring and all holding hands and all that sort of.
Well,
like,
yeah, it's
this
the
is finally
MSN
working,
now
like-
is taken over from the BBC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to happen
Yeah.
at some stage. Let's move on to the Premier League before we cover the most recent English action, being the FA Cup. Not many notable results over the last 2 rounds of fixtures.
I
Chelsea
disagree about
drew to
that.
City.
Sorry?
Chelsea drew to City.
Chelsea drew to City, Spurs beat Arsenal, Liverpool beat Spurs.
Hold on. Chelsea drew to City.
Yeah.
You watched it in Liverpool.
I'm talking about the last 2 weeks. Sorry. Okay, so 3 weeks.
The Spurs.
We had Chelsea draw to City.
Harry Kane show.
We'll Spurs the Harry Kane show coming back against Arsenal. And that was a very big win for them.
Yeah.
Obviously, Harry Kane is the real deal. So much so that the paper's already linking him to a move to Real Madrid, which would be hilarious.
And did you see Danny Murphy saying how England team should be based around him?
Oh yeah,
This is stuff like this is why Liverpool paid 35 million for Andy Carroll. Like.
yeah. It is.
Damien
absolutely
Comody and Kenny
hyperbole.
Dalglish picked up going, we could build our team around him.
Yeah, I told you, lads. Shearer. I told you, and I'm being proven right every single week.
And Andy Carroll's out for the season.
Andy Carroll is out for the rest of the season. Aston Villa scored their first goal in I think it was 9 games against Chelsea as well last weekend.
There's
Chelsea
1 goal
did-
in 12 hours, and the Aston Villa fans did what that non-league team were doing, where they couldn't find a goal. They had arrows pointing to the goal.
Did you see Lambert's interview?
No,
I felt a bit sorry for him. I know you despise the man.
sure.
You've
But
never
I-
actually given a reason for that, by the way.
It's all right. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Sometimes you just don't like a person, like me and you, Dan. He's just like, I don't know why he took the job. Like Randy Lerner, he's still in charge there. He was just there, like, yeah, we're not gonna buy any players. You buy from the lower divisions, you sell what you have, and all that sort of stuff. Like it just sounded,
It sounded bleak.
yeah, it sounded like you felt a bit sorry for him, but the same way. But like he hasn't scored a goal in a long while, so like he's kind of ruined his career by going there. Like,
I don't know why he gave up that Norwich job. Like he got Norwich from the bottom of League One
well, it's money, and
to the Premier League in 2 years.
Villa are
I know
like-
there's more money, but
aren't Villa
you
like
know.
the only team never to be relegated or something like that from the Premier League or something like that?
there's a
They're
good
like-
few of them.
Yeah,
They're one of
but
the few.
There, but like they're reasonably big club, like
wouldn't
big
be like
stadium
football
and all
fields,
that.
Yeah.
No, they're big enough, but they.
It was around this time that we were also having the run of Wayne Rooney not getting a shot on target in 2014.
He's just scored, I'm guessing there. It's the-
No. Okay.
2015, isn't it?
2015.
What an
I
odd
keep,
setup
I
that
keep
was.
doing that. Yeah. I thought something was happening. As we said, Liverpool and Everton drew 0 all that week. Man City drew against Hull City. They recovered the next week against Burnley. Chelsea narrowly scraped by Everton.
Oh, that was an awful match. Oh.
I guess the big thing coming out of that was Liverpool 3, Tottenham 2's phenomenal game, and Balotelli came off the bench to score the winner. And moving on to the FA Cup.
I was going to say,
Go ahead.
like the top 4, you can see why. Like,
oh yeah, we should go.
We could say why Southampton are still up there because they're keeping the clean sheets. Like, as good as that. Like, I only saw the highlights because I was on a plane, but that Tottenham Liverpool match, you can see why both teams aren't in the top 4 because they're both great going forward, but they're both jokes in the back almost. Like,
Well, the goals are drying up for Southampton. Pele hasn't scored since before Christmas.
yeah,
So-
and even Swansea beat them, and Swansea are an awful team now.
I think it was Voldemort got it, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's 5 spots between Liverpool, Spurs,
You mean
Arsenal,
points?
Southampton, and Manchester United, and there is 5 points between them as well.
So who do you think now? Like,
It's just impossible.
I've always said Man United and Arsenal get it, but it really is. And like, I didn't give Spurs a hope. Really, I thought they'd do well come the end of the year. They'd kind of build a bit of momentum for next year.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd start doing it now, but
It could be.
I don't know. It's still Arsenal know how to do it. Though, don't they?
Arsenal are doing quite well at home, but it depends. I think
Like Ozil has been very good. Since he's
they
come
have,
back.
but they've been lucky that like Sanchez has been out as well. When Wenger has to choose between Ozil, Sanchez, and Cazorla again, they'll have a slip up of.
Too many players.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, moving on to the FA Cup. A lot of big teams just not in it anymore. Arsenal beat Middlesbrough 2-0 on Sunday. Liverpool overcame Crystal Palace again with Balotelli coming on. I guess it's a conversation we didn't think we'd have, so I'm more so bringing it up for that reason rather than being
Before we get to that,
romanticist about it.
Giroud's becoming a bit like Aguero, and they have like a special move finish. You know, so you know how Aguero has that one where he just hits it near post to the keeper and it always seems to go in.
Yes.
Giroud seems to have that with
The corner.
a corner, the front post volleys.
He did it against Everton as well.
Yeah,
Didn't
you think he has about 5.
He's a good
in the
player.
last
He's a good player.
He is a very good player.
He's
He was also voted the sexiest man in the Premier League in a recent poll.
You've mentioned that a few times to me actually now, Neil.
I think it's just interesting that they have that award.
Is it because of that Arsenal charity ad where he's spraying himself with tan? He's like, I can't help that I'm handsome.
Probably. He
And
does have that air about
where
him.
Oxlade Chamberlain looks like Michelangelo from the Turtles.
What?
Yeah.
Actually,
know.
Chamberlain goes, I can't help that I look like a Ninja Turtle. And he's like, Cowabunga!
I need to see this.
And then they've got Santi. I can't help if I'm small. At least he's the top of his head.
Yeah. It's a pretty good ad.
It is good, to be fair.
Sounds pretty good,
Arsene
alright.
Wenger's coat ads.
Right, let's talk about
Caterpillar.
this Balotelli thing. Is this obviously it's a good sign, but can you see Balotelli becoming a very important player for Liverpool over the next 6 months?
I really need to see more than the 60 odd minutes he's played. So
What has he had? A goal and an assist.
A goal and assist, but like it's from coming off the bench, and it's
hopefully he'll start on Thursday, and we'll.
Do you want me asking though?
I think he might.
If you're saying, oh, Balotelli could be back or whatever, not back, but you want to maybe give him
Could
a
he
go.
make a difference? Is all I'm saying.
If you want him to make a difference, you're going to have to change formation.
Not really,
No.
because he's already making a difference without that.
Well, you've gone two up front.
Well,
You've taken one of the support strikers off.
that's
So you're going
it's very
essentially
interchangeable.
two up top with Sturridge and Big
Because
Man.
in both those matches we needed goals.
Yeah,
Yeah, but could you start like that though?
it's
That's
very
what I'm saying. It's
interchangeable.
easy to throw an extra striker. We need a fucking goal. Up you go.
It's very.
It's easier to
interchangeable.
chase a game by bring on a
Well,
striker.
Rodgers has already done it this season. He's done the 3-5-1 or whatever we're playing now, 3-6-1 or whatever it is. He's done it. So if he thinks that the team is better with Balotelli, he'll drop Sterling or something.
I don't think he'll drop Sterling, but I could see. Yeah, no, I could see.
Well,
Look,
you need
he-
breaks between him and Coutinho. We have a lot of fixtures coming up.
Yeah,
There's no point playing them both.
and Sterling is out at the moment, as is Steve Gerrard for at least a couple of weeks.
Just great news.
Well, John is back on his anti-Steve Gerrard buzz again. You're just looking forward to him going out the.
I
the
don't like
exit door.
how, because it's the last time Stephen Gerrard will ever pick his nose or something like. He played 90 minutes against Everton and he was just fucking abysmal. Might as well just had a lamppost up there to whack the ball off. Like, he just offers nothing.
No, he didn't. He didn't do great, self-admittedly. Champions League returns this week. Our fixtures in the first match day of the last 16: PSG and Chelsea, Shakhtar and Bayern, Basel and Porto, Schalke and Madrid. John, what four do you see coming out of this?
Well, I was just kind of. Did anyone see PSG this weekend?
I saw Slats goal.
2-0 up.
2-0 up. They were 2-0 up against Star Trek Wrath of Khan, right? And it was around the 89th minute. They tweeted like, "Oh, time for a bit of Jose Mourinho park the bus tactics here," and well, they couldn't do it.
Man United.
They tried to park the bus with David Luiz, so
Yeah,
You know.
point.
Andrew Herrera has made it 1-1 on the 65th minute.
Yay, replay.
And Preston have a free kick here. So what was the final score of the PSG match?
2-2.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
at home as well.
PSG and Chelsea was a very entertaining fixture last year, so that'll be interesting again. You'd see Bayern doing Shakhtar. We need to talk about Bayern in the Bundesliga
8-0.
on Saturday. They won 8-0.
Did you see what? I don't know if it was their official website or one of the fan ones, but they put up a Simpsons video after it.
No, what was that?
Just of the Hamburglar. Like, stop it! He's already dead.
Like, I doubt Bayern Munich actually put that up. Surely not.
I don't know.
I like
Bayern
it.
seems like the most amazing place to spend your career, to be honest.
Yeah, but I don't. They've never really insulted opposition, though, have they? To be fair,
Yeah, no, they're a classy team.
they are
They've,
pretty classy about them. Like, you know,
I saw a tour of
something
their,
classy about like taking all their rivals' players. Like,
that was just nothing wrong. It's not like you're breaking the rules. Like,
it will in 2 years when like it's just them. Everyone else has been relegated by default or something like that, and they just twiddling their thumbs.
it's Bundesliga,
Yeah.
Bayern Munich
Yeah.
Bayern Munich
playing
versus
Bayern Munich A.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a hell of a result. Basel and Porto, I don't know. I really don't know enough about either to say.
Porto.
And
Basel.
that's just a historic guess. And Schalke versus Madrid.
I did predict when
Madrid.
those draws were done that they'd win 10-0 in aggregate.
Who at Madrid? Well, this is when they were high flying birds,
Yeah.
which are not right now.
No.
Speaking of
Bit
which,
of
everybody
Michael Hayes.
did you hear the new Noel Gallagher single with Johnny Marr from the Smiths?
No.
It'll make you deeply soggy in your pants. Phenomenal.
That-
Anyway,
Good or bad? Good. Soggy in your pants good?
yeah, wet in your arse. Moving on. Any La Liga action this weekend worth noting? Luis Suarez a silly goal.
Barca were
Stop taking my things.
Stop talking about certain things I haven't told you to stop talking about.
Barca were very good.
Yeah, they
Atletico
were.
Madrid lost to Celta Vigo.
Yeah.
Valencia march on as well. For fourth, good race for fourth there as well. Actually,
Really?
it's more interesting probably in the Premier League because the third place is up for grabs as well.
Uh-huh.
Well, the third place Atletico will get that.
Fourth place kind of irrelevant in
well,
the
the
Spanish league. Like. You finish fourth and your best player goes to Real Madrid or Barcelona.
So
it's
you
like-
do get Champions League out of it, like, to be fair.
Yes.
So it's between Valencia, Villarreal, Seville, and Bilbao.
Did you hear the story about when Pepe Reina was trying to sign for Liverpool? I'm sorry, there's a lot of Liverpool today. I heard this today. That Rafa called him 365 times every day for a year.
You're kidding me.
To such a degree that Rafa thought they were mates and called him and be like, do you mind asking Villarreal to ask for less money? And do you mind asking for less wages?
Jesus Christ.
And he still signed.
That's amazing. I wish that we still had things like that. I wish that Brendan had asked Gera to give Alonso a ring to help with the Shaqiri deal. Just doesn't seem to give a shit. No, he doesn't. I don't think Brendan tries very hard.
Shaqiri's living it up in the Italian league now at the minute. Like,
He's doing well.
No, he's not.
Of course he's not. He's with
He was over
fucking
there now
Inter.
with Shaqiri, Podolski, Evra, and Vidic.
Yeah, what a team.
What a team. They actually have a very interesting team.
It's good for pro or something.
Brendan was actually over in Rome this week trying to put a deal together with somebody. Everyone thinks it's Pjanic.
I think he was looking for another mistress.
Well, he
Jump out of the windows.
See a scene jumping out of windows wearing vests.
is he still living in Stu Shart's gaff? Other gaff.
It could be.
So if Gerard leaves now, does he have to pay extra tax on it now, or what's the crack?
No, I presume he moves into Gerard's proper house.
And you never know. Like
You might find Gerard socks.
we saw on BBC, we saw on Satanta the other day how short Jared is. Like maybe they think he's Mario over there. He's just painted over a mustache. He's just
Brendan.
Brendan, yeah, he's just jumping around. Like Pjanic's just like signing for this Mario.
Look at that teeth. So anything else from around Europe anyway? Chelsea are 7 points clear at the top of the table. Do you think that this can affect them in any way in the Champions League? Do you think they'll be coming in here knowing that they're so comfortable in one sense, but they're not comfortable in this? Like going to PSG, we saw what happened to Barca. I think it could be very interesting.
Well, I think the way Mourinho knows how to play against bigger teams, where I think what happened last year with Guardiola and them, where they weren't used to defending against. Like Chelsea are still like they played defending against Everton. And they had 2 matches against Liverpool. They still have those big matches. Like when it comes to PSG, they'll still get the 0 all away from home and win 1-0. Where I think Bayern play a more expansive attacking play, and if they're not getting any challenges, like this weekend 8-0, when they finally come against Chelsea or Real Madrid, I can't see them winning it. Like,
yeah,
does you'd still think the standard of the league is Wolfsburg are actually not far behind them. They did beat them 4-1.
Yeah,
they're not far behind.
Well, I don't think. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I think they're 5 points behind them.
Yeah.
But like Bayern have only dropped 2 points at home all season or something. You can see like 4 goals. Yeah, it is ridiculous, but you'd have to fancy Chelsea. Like it wouldn't. Mourinho's smart. Like he doesn't make mistakes. You know, like when's the last time you really got Mourinho went? You really dropped the ball there.
Well, not in his
very rare.
Not since he's come back to Chelsea. I can't remember.
Well, not even at Madrid. Like he was the first man to really beat Barcelona.
I guess there was the FA Cup gaff.
What's that?
What was that one?
Bradford.
The Bradford.
Yeah, he was rage at that. But like that's. If you asked him what match would you lose, would you lose this one or the match at Everton? Lose this one.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, or the PSG away.
I think he could have lost a few. City, I never thought were a one-man team, but without Yaya, I think they won like one game.
Aguero not fully fit, and they're. James Milner's been their best player this year.
See, Djokovic has been dumped out of their Champions League.
Glad you brought that up. He
Squad
came out and essentially used the phrase, "It's killed me. The manager has killed me." He said that he went to Pellegrini and he said, "I came here to play Champions League football," and the quote was, "Pellegrini didn't really talk to him about it. He just didn't really acknowledge him."
I'm surprised he didn't take maybe Sagna out.
I think it's very obvious Pellegrini does not rate Jovetic whatsoever.
Well, like you'd think you'd need at least how many strikers you got? You got Bonnie, Aguero, and Dzeko, and he generally plays 2 up front anyway.
I know. We'll put it this way,
which is quite odd.
Jovetic got the most goals in their pre-season. I think he had 1 start in the league, and that was
scored
it.
1 or 2 against Liverpool, didn't he?
As well as many others. Like he's, I don't know. I presume he'll go back to Italy because I think he's tainted goods now, and I don't know who from here.
Giovinco's leaving Juventus.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. So maybe in summer he goes up.
I think that could make perfect sense. Looking forward to this weekend's fixtures in the Premier League. There's nothing really that stands out as a direct head-to-head for certain parts of the table, except for I guess Southampton and Liverpool. That is an away game for Liverpool. How do you see that going, John?
It's a must-win for Liverpool.
Yeah.
The problem is they're playing Thursday.
It is. It's a huge problem.
Are you going to
Besiktas?
No,
are you going to? Or is it at home?
It's at home on Thursday.
Yeah, it is really unfortunate timing. I remember when the fixtures came out. I remember looking at February for us and just being like, Jesus, anyway. And then that was before.
Like, obviously, you'd rather win trophies than not, but would you care if you got knocked out? Obviously, in the second leg.
Depends. It's still like only a few matches from a final.
You don't get Champions League, do you?
You do.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, it's a weird one, isn't it? You know? A trophy and Champions League or no trophies and 5th.
That doesn't dislodge a Premier League team, no?
I don't think so.
It doesn't, no. I think it's just an extra place. It's probably from, like, Champions League qualification.
League of Ireland or something.
Probably took, like, 1 off Scotland or something. It just went. Probably should.
Actually,
did you see the Yolfern Derby the other day?
No, what happened?
The pitch was just awful. It was
Man United have scored, John, Fellaini on 72 minutes, and
I did predict 2-1.
It looks all but done here. So did Wade Barrett, except for Preston. Okay, so going on to awards. So I don't see any more of your thunder, John. Who's your spoofer?
I had Van Gaal for his Rafa Benitez wannabe rant, sending the poor PM out to hand dossiers on West Ham style of play. Be like, these are facts.
Like, what's this? Like, this is very damning in a way, isn't it? It kind of shows a man at the end of his tether. Like,
I don't think he realizes like how much leniency he's been given from the press.
You know, he always has had a tendency to hoof the ball when he needs it. Like, he became...
Every team does. But even Paul Scholes is like, he's not playing the United way of attacking football. Like, do United have that?
It's always gas the last few years. It's like, oh, Man United are a attacking club. Yeah, because you had Alex Ferguson for 25 years. Like, why are you going to sack him? But like remember Van Gaal brought Holland here in 2001 for qualifier, and we beat them 1-0. And we went down to 10 men. Gary Kelly got sent off, and he took off Overmars and Ronald de Boer, his two wingers, and he threw Hasselbank and Van Hooydonk up at Clivert and Listeroy, and he just got them to hoof it. He did not. There was no tactic. It was just hoof it against 10 men. Like, he's always had that desperation about him, Van Gaal.
Sure.
He lost it completely. Like, I remember, it's like, even that back then, it's like he's actually lost the plot. Just hoofing it. Jaap Stam was booting the ball up. That's all it was.
References that like from the last 10 years.
Well, he hasn't had much of a record.
I know, I think most managers do. I was just
he hasn't
guessing.
had, but like, he hasn't had much of a record that last 10
But
years.
it's very strange
Oh,
for
yeah.
a manager to really care that much about the press, to feel that he has to make this kind of great stand.
You might feel he's under pressure. Like maybe he's reading the papers and he's reading all this Rooney stuff. And
That's what I'm getting
I
at.
haven't looked at United and thought they're struggling at the minute. Like maybe it's because like Tottenham, Liverpool, and Arsenal are in such good form and they're really closing down the points that United seem to get a lot of earlier.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I still think as well, though, if it's only for his name, if that was Moyes, he'd be getting it every week.
David Moyes be smarter than
Well, we talked about this as well. I don't
No,
think
but-
Moyes would have gotten the funds as well for the
You
people
know what I mean?
that
You know
Van
what I
Gaal
mean,
brought
though?
in.
Like, I still think
It's very
you know,
different. It's very, very
like, if he's
different.
getting away with it, I think.
Do you have a spoofer?
Well, it would have been you if it was 1-0 at Liverpool. But I
Thank
think
you.
I think the man with the poor knee gets a Harry Redknapp.
Okay, no
Poor Harry
problem.
Redknapp.
Now, how do we do a team of the week? Because we're crossing over so many different competitions and we
But
haven't.
we
done a
haven't
show
really
in a
done a
while.
proper team of the week in a long time. So
We have. Well, I had a couple of good ones. In all fairness,
Yeah.
Sanchez and goal and
my Ings,
Austin and
Kane
Kane.
and Austin.
If I can have it, like
Ings linked to Real Sociedad as well.
Yeah, I suppose he met with them.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard the picture is fake.
Really?
Yeah, but I'd say he isn't.
You're going to tell me next that the centipede jacket is fake as well.
I watched the Sunderland Bradford game yesterday, and
Good
that pitch
man.
was so bad. It was like
It's
it's not a football pitch.
There was
like,
a
it's-
worse pitch at Bloomfield Road at Blackpool. You should have seen the side of it. It was.
This thing was a bog. You get like
No, man.
better bogs in the country than this thing. Like.
Oh no, it was. I guarantee you, Bloomfield Road was worse.
Yeah.
It was awful stuff. Cracking match though. 4-4.
Hero of the week, John.
John's dead.
John Stead.
For Bradford.
Yeah, why not? Go Bradford.
My hero is.
Did Bradford get in the cup actually?
They
Whoever
got
was there.
Reading at home. They will beat them as well.
So Liverpool, Bradford in the semi, and I think
Maybe.
Arsenal, Villa, maybe or something.
Dan, do you have a hero of the week?
Ibrahimovic.
This is for his tattoos.
His tattoos.
It's
Like
pretty
what?
fucking insane what he did.
They're not real though.
What did he do?
They're not real. They're semi-permanent.
They're
hennas or
semi-permanent
whatever.
because that's what he was trying to get at. That they're only there for a few days because they're going to die. That was the thing of it.
What's this?
kind of incredible. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay, so after he scored his ninja goal during the weekend, he took off his top, celebrate to reveal
Loads of tattoos.
50 names hennaed onto him of was it homeless or sick?
Starving, I think.
Starving people, basically, just like names of people who have
Swedish or French or?
That's a very good question.
Haven't a clue, but they're around the globe, I suppose. I don't know.
How would he know the name?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably synced to geographically to an area. But yeah, no, it's amazing tribute, and it really pales in comparison to my
He
hero.
says he's trying to get this going, but also the other hero, which I say is the same guy, won the old African Nations Cup, and now he's retired. Colo Torre.
He's retired officially from his.
The Cote d'Ivoire.
I wonder how. Do you think that after he leaves Liverpool this summer, which I'm only presuming is going to happen, that'll be the end of him for club football as well? He must be 36 now, 37.
He's only about 33.
Fuck off.
He was pretty young when he signed for Arsenal.
You'll say next year,
You're right.
when Liverpool win the Premier League since Steven Gerrard's left, and Colo Torre can say, I won the Premier League with 3 different clubs, strike a look.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. My hero of the week, I've got two. I'm going to say Joshua King for his performance against Stoke. I just thought it was one of those coming of age performances of a lad who like you'd heard about, but he just looked incredible. And they broke down very interesting on Match of the Day how he always just wanted ball to feet, and when he was at his time at Hull, that they spent a lot of
Is
hours.
this the Blackburn lad?
Yeah, they spend a lot of hours basically teaching him that, like, you're so fast, what you need to do is you need to just trust people and make runs. And he was just blistering, like, and I don't think it was because it was against Stoke. Like, I looked at him and he just looked world class. Again, he could have been on a red, but he had a very good day. And
Defenders could have been on a grey.
say again.
Defenders could have been on a grey.
Defenders could have been on a grey or purple. Get with the times. But the other hero of the week I have is Alberto Moreno. A video surfaced from Liverpool's training ground this week of Moreno doing some exercises with the lads and doing the Sturridge dance. And literally nobody looked like they wanted anything to do with it. Sturridge didn't even acknowledge it. It was as if Moreno was just like somebody looking for an autograph.
Do you not see the longer video?
Go ahead.
There's a longer video where he keeps on doing it, and Sturridge is like, fine, like, you know, like like he's some pesky kid asking for an autograph. And then 3 lads do it. Sturridge, Moreno, and the man of the moment, who should be my hero of the week because he's painting houses in Liverpool, Sacco, also does a bit of the dance. I want a team dance. I think if we win the FA Cup for Gerrard, we start at like Sturridge and he goes.
Oh,
and then
yes.
the whole team, and then it just ends with Gerrard being like, yeah.
Yeah, you could do the electricity
Gerrard
gimmick.
slips.
Yeah, well now come on. Yeah, so no, Alberto Moreno doing the Sturridge dance with Danny was as good as it gets. Sturridge is looking pretty. Well, he's not looking himself, but
It wasn't until he came on at Anfield that day.
Sure.
There was nothing in the crowd.
It was 2 goals in 3 games, and he was very good against.
Did he get an
Spurs
assist off his arse as well, no?
in the Spurs game? Yeah. So
He got the penalty.
he got the penalty. Yeah, no. So he's made a huge difference to a team that's already
I think it
improving
gives you
quite a lot.
confidence as well that there's someone. Sterling's good, but will he get you 20 goals? Not with his finishing.
Oh, it's very safe to say
Sturridge-
Daniel Sturridge is Liverpool's talisman.
Yeah, but you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? It's like we got someone who will. Like, remember the Man United game, for example?
Yeah.
You made about 5 or 6 very, very good chances.
Yeah.
Missed all of them, you know? So he wouldn't have missed. He would have scored at least 2.
Agreed. Goal of the week, John.
Luis Suarez.
Yes, sir. I
There you go.
agree.
Yeah, I think we're all there, yeah.
It's the first memorable thing he's done.
Okay. Would that be all the awards out of the way?
Can I just say one thing?
You
I
say
don't- I don't
loads
know
of
if-
things. It's
I
a
don't
podcast.
know if we're getting to it or we forgot about it. But our FIFA marathon.
And we'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about it now. So we started on FIFA 2003, and we made all the way up to FIFA 15. The only game we didn't play was FIFA 05 because
broken.
it wasn't compatible with
Yeah.
Xbox 360. Although FIFA 2003, which is also an Xbox original game,
Yeah.
did work on the 360. So go figure. But John, your thoughts?
I would think we had one good game. That was the first one.
Yeah.
Where we had good leads against bad Liverpool.
Nicky Barmby running the show.
Nicky Barmby run the show. They had the classic free kick that we all remember that you just get it in the green. It pretty much scored from the halfway line. And then the rest of them were just...
You couldn't
boring.
defend in that game.
You
You couldn't tackle. There
I
was
don't
about 2
remember-
tackles in the whole
I
match.
tried taking notes. The next game we played, I took one note that was The Last of Us copied how you take free kicks, where you put power bar and then you get it in the green, and if you don't score.
It was an old-fashioned clusterfuck. The controls changed from game to game.
Yeah.
The graphics were so synced to the kind of 16 by 14 TV shape that when you widescreen some of these
It was
games,
so blurry.
you couldn't actually see what was happening. It was ridiculous. And like I remember what pro games when we did our pro marathon we said were the worst. I think it was probably 11 and 13 or something like that. But
12.
Like even like since FIFA took over, which was FIFA 10 to present day, I don't remember like any of them sticking out as particularly great. I know FIFA 10 was better than Pro that year.
I think that's the problem, though. I think like there was no real all our matches were 2-0 or 2-1. Like congrats to Dan for winning it.
And in fairness, John, when we were talking about congrats to Dan, but when we were talking about the pro games through the years when we did that. The one thing that we said coming out of it was FIFA's probably a better series now, but even in FIFA 15 compared to Pro 15, you'll just have more crack. It seems that that's been the way throughout the series.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyway.
Look, it's always nice to have real names and real teams. And
Orange is 63 and stuff.
See, they were just funny moments. Like the main thing that made me laugh was scoring that free kick.
I can't believe as well I
Like.
didn't pick Ireland in FIFA 2003 because Shea Given's black.
is it Shea Given or John O'Shea?
I'm fairly sure Shea Given. We didn't play this as football with John O'Shea.
I don't know. Like
Very upset.
maybe because we're all pro lads, we were disappointed. I think if you were playing FIFA the last 3 years, you'd be like, do you remember Damien Duff with grey hair because he didn't have blonde or whatever, or it just had like Paul Scholes and all that sort of or Black Shea Given or whatever it was.
Okay, well, the next tournament we're going to do, and we obviously
This is football.
we documented. No. Listen, we documented the pro one because we didn't have a show that week, but we didn't go into details, and I'm so glad we didn't because it would have been the most boring show ever if we dedicated a show to FIFA the way we did to pro. But what we're going to do for the next show that's dedicated just to video games is we're going to do 5 rounds. So we all play each other once each in 5 separate rounds.
Okay.
And we're going to throw every single football game into a bag and it's completely at random. Every single match is a different game.
Are we?
How did
Are we
discs
going to
not
buy
get
that
damaged?
FIFA
Huh?
belt?
How did the discs not get damaged?
They'll be in the box.
Oh, so it's kind of like
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah, as in like
Okay.
they're in
so,
the box.
so not only will it be different rounds, it is a different game every game. So
can we,
be great fun. And we'll take notes the way we used to.
so
No,
next
give me
FA
that
Cup
idea.
weekend basically. Is
So,
it?
now what were you going to say, Dan?
That's simply gone into my head.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Next FA Cup weekend basically, is it?
Internationals.
International side.
Internationals coming up soon. We're playing Poland in like 3 weeks.
Oh, good.
Fantastic. We'll do it then. that would be great. Okay, let's have a quick look at the Man United match while Dan, you explain our teasers. Oh, is it 3? It is Wayne Rooney with a penalty, and that's all she wrote.
That's his first shot on target in 2015.
You don't know that. We might have got.
If it's his first shot on target tonight, it was.
Okay, what was the last teaser?
It was something about how many. What was it here? I don't know where it is.
What's
I don't
my
know where it
favorite
is.
color?
I can't remember. I think it was like all the players who'd won the Ballon d'Or more than twice.
Well, if you don't remember, I don't.
I think it was
No,
Platini.
I remember you answering that one.
Yeah,
Platini, Van
we did
Basten.
that one, Dan.
You're wrong,
We did
Dan.
Ronaldo,
You're
Messi,
wrong,
Ronaldo.
Dan.
Okay, so since this is kind of easy, this one. Since 2009, when Lionel Messi had been on the pitch of Barcelona, name the 2 players to take a penalty for Messi to allow him to take a penalty.
Neymar and Xavi. Yay!
Well, you're wrong.
And why did you not?
Because like
Is one of them right? So, Neymar and Iniesta. I don't really care.
Yeah. I'm having an awful time here trying to get our league up. So
Noel's on top. That's all you need to know.
Is
He,
he-
he
okay.
fucking messaged me and everything in the morning. I'm like,
Yeah, he's
Noel,
mad for
you're
it.
really you're a bit mad for the whole thing, you know.
Oh Jesus, I'm in an awful bad
Yeah,
way
heap,
here.
are you?
Yeah, I really should. Okay, so in last place we have Dave Nocton, closely followed by Enda, Seamus in 10th, Tommy in 9th, myself in 8th, John, you're way ahead, Stephen Vincent in 7th, John moving on up the table into 6th, Rob Normal followed by Gary Kiernan, Ronan O'Reilly in 3rd, Dan, you're 23 points ahead of Ronan, but Dan,
I'm 23 points.
you're
behind Noel.
14 behind Noel. So Noel Keeley and the Saucy Jack FC are leading the ITK. So we have to.
I think I got to wrestle my demons and fucking top them off first.
I know for a fact Noel's going to be listening. So keep it up, Noel, and you're going to have to be taken out with us with a dictaphone on the final night when we're also giving each other our spot prizes for our league placements as well. Remember, in real life, our predictions.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Man City 5th.
I stand by that. They're slipping down the table. Everyone in
What
top
have
4
you
is
not
continuing
gone?
up. I believe that. I think City will keep going down.
We'll see.
Was
They're-
Everton 2nd?
No, 4th.
4th.
It's not happening.
You've got one swap though. Man City 5th, Everton 4th.
Oh yeah, you do. Well, that's not going to happen either, though, is it?
Well, the swap I picked was Arsenal Man United.
Well, you can pick your swap at the end, right?
No, was it? Oh,
Yeah, you can do that at the end.
I don't think so.
I'm
Okay.
going to
I
swap
hope so.
QPR to finish last.
All right, everybody. Well, that's pretty much all we have this week. Thanks, everybody, for listening. It's good to be back, and I can't see us missing a show between now and forever. Now that we're
Well,
back
there
on
might
it.
be 1 week there in March.
No, you guys will be doing it without me. It's fine.
I don't know how to work the machinery.
I'm going
Oh
to
yeah,
teach
you
you
have
how.
to show us.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry.
Have some guests, some Spurs guests involved, and just get a good debate going. Since Dan's just against. We actually got like requests on the Twitter for people like, I can't wait to hear Dan's opinion on Harry Kane versus Arsenal. Which I replied, Dan says there's no show this week. Spurs are doing that.
Harry Kane's the real deal. The most interesting thing about Harry Kane for me is that if he was to keep up this form, like, he's a Spurs guy. So is this going to be one of those really rare examples where you've got like a homegrown guy who won't go anywhere else?
Daniel Levy will sell him. If he continues to form, it'll be like Gareth Bale. He'll hold on as long as he can, and then you'll know the summer is coming.
And then get 100 million.
You'll sell him for a ridiculous amount. Like,
Think Kane will want to go, or does that matter?
well, if he's not in Champions League, which
I don't think.
he's not guaranteed there,
Let's say he'll be the.
he's
Steven
still
Gerrard.
more guaranteed at Man United or Arsenal.
All right. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll be back next week with a recap of European results, Premier League and Champions League. Until then, share the show if you enjoy it. Give out the ITK code, which is 1744515255194, and we'll talk to you again same time next week.